Now I'm super excited to show you this easy way to make a map in Excel if you've got latitude and longitude and they're real places that Excel can recognize. Excel can recognize them as latitude and longitude. So with your cursor anywhere in this table so that Excel knows that all this data goes together, including the latitude and the longitude, click on Insert 3D Map. Now, maps works if you have places named like California or Inyo County or something like that. But when you've got latitude and longitude, we have to use the 3D map. Click on 3D maps, and that opens up what's sort of like the pivot table field list, except it's for a map. So let's plot, and you can see its location here because this is Las Vegas where the device was worn, and it also shows data from Flagstaff where the device was worn. So it's already making sense of the table. Let's drag down AQI here to the height panel, and you can see, if we pull this over and then resize this so that we can see, you can see that it said, okay, AQI. I've got AQI values at these latitude and longitude. However, it defaults to the sum. So you can zoom in and you can actually get some sense of where these points are, and you can distinguish that there were a few different locations. So in Las Vegas, Mansell went to 2 locations, one of which had a much worse AQI than the other. And then if you go all the way to Flagstaff, where Mansell also wore this wind tracker, you could see that there's also measurements that were logged. You can also add the PM 2.5 by just dragging it over to the height, and it defaults to a clustered column, which doesn't really make sense in this case because we've got 2 separate measurements. So we're going to change the chart type, and now you can see them separately as columns. And if you change the sum to average, that also makes more sense. And now you can see 2 locations and even sub-locations there. Mansell moved around. You can see a map of your data. And if you added time, you can see down on the right, there's a time panel. You could even make a little movie of concentrations over time.